and welcome back to Cinema Vino. It's good to have you here for part 2 of our Halloween series.
Whoa. Part 2?
Part 2.
Part 2.
Part 2.
And we're going to be looking at Sinners from 2025, brand new, out this year horror flick. One of the newest movies that we've done.
Probably one of the most successful horror movies of the last few years.
Big hit. Yeah. It had both a massive budget and a big box office return.
Yeah.
I'd imagine most of the movies we're going to cover in this series are going to be pretty modestly budgeted. Even Scream felt like it had a pretty big budget at 15 to 20 million. You know, so I think the other movies we're going to watch are going to be probably a lot smaller in scope.
Horror movies tend to be cheap.
Yeah.
I mean,
he had to have that Courtney Cox money, man.
Yeah.
Had to make that Friends money. So she
96?
She was half the budget.
That Monica Geller money.
Yeah, that Friends money, man.
For this one, we're drinking the classic. We've done this in years past. We've done previous vintages. I was curious to come back to it and taste how it's drinking. And it really does. It holds up against the other years. It kind of has a typical Sagacio flavor.
Stanky.
Yeah, this is the Sagacio Family Vineyard Zinfandel, 2023. And yeah, it's I think a classic California Zin.
Mm-hmm.
It's big. Yeah, I mean, it's not big and bold, but it's like fruity. It's fruit forward. It's jammy. Yeah. It's got some good texture to it.
15%.
Yeah.
That's a bold 15.
It's got a higher ABV. I think this would be a great, if you have like guests who love a good red wine, this would be a good, like, you know, one just, you don't even have to put this with food. I think it'd be a good, like, socializing wine. Just sit down and enjoy a nice, good Zin, especially as we get into cooler weather.
Yeah.
You're going to want that 15% ABV.
It was nice today. It was like, walked outside. It felt great.
It was beautiful. Yeah.
Like a 79.
It was almost like mountain air where we are. And we were not in the mountains.
Yeah.
It was a nice, cool breeze.
Breezy.
Yeah.
Felt good.
Yeah, it's good.
Good wine choice.
Yeah.
Good job.
So, yeah, I mean, that's the other thing is like for cooler weather, you know, when that starts coming in, you want something that has a little more kick to it, a little higher ABV.
You want to sip something while you're giving out candy?
Yeah. Feel that heat.
Yeah.
You know? So, at least I do. I like
Get wasted and give kids candy.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's great.
And yeah, the more you get more of a buzz, you don't feel the cold.
Yeah, it's 15%. Kids can't tell.
Yeah, exactly.
Drink it out of a Pepsi can.
Yeah, that's a tagline right there. you just solved the marketing problem right there.
Isn't that vodka's marketing for the last 100 years?
Drink it right out of a Pepsi can.
That's right.
There you go.
That's great.
Kids can't even tell.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Sinners came out April 18th, 2025. So not that long ago.
Yeah. Big cultural impact.
Yeah.
I felt like this one got a lot of good buzz.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it did. Directed by Ryan Coogler, who did Creed. He did Black Panther. He did, what else am I thinking? I'm missing something.
Did he do both Black Panthers?
I believe so.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
So
he's the one who photoshopped the dick out of the movie.
he's to blame for that.
Yeah, I mean, his Namor's dick was out there.
Yeah,
and then all the post production that kind of brought it back. I feel like that's his choice.
Yeah, and I feel like Namor's dick is gonna be the name of my autobiography someday.
Yeah.
So
that's a math rock band.
A math rock?
Yeah.
The Mathletes.
You ever listen to math rock?
Mm-mm.
It's kind of like I don't know, it's a very technical, metal-ish.
Namor's dick. I love that.
Yeah.
I'm here for that.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just thinking that because there's a math rock band called Spock's Beard.
Where's Bigfoot's dick? Where have I heard that before? Is that?
I think that's a Travisism.
Yeah.
Is that Anchorman?
It smells like Bigfoot's dick.
Yeah.
Bigfoot's dick. Is that Anchorman?
Yeah. That's Anchorman. Yeah.
It smells like Indian food in a diaper.
That's Sex Panther, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
60% of the time works every time.
Directed by Ryan Coogler, this was starring Michael B. Jordan, who, again, this could have been a gimmicky disaster, plays twin brothers.
Yeah.
A lot of times that does not work out very well for somebody playing identical twins.
See, Tom Hardy did it.
Yeah. Nick Cage did it. Yeah.
Fucking adaptation.
There was a season of Fargo where Ewan McGregor did it. Yeah. He played identical twins. Spoiler alert, Prestige with Chris Nolan.
Yep.
Yeah. I guess that really is a spoiler. Yeah.
I won't spoil where the twins are, but there are some twins in that movie.
Parent Trap.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Classic.
The Patty Duke Show. Identical cousins. So, yeah.
Full House. Not twins. Or not the same actor.
Yeah, they're those are fraternal twins, the Olsens. Yeah, it's crazy.
Are they really?
Yeah, they're not identical.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. So crazy. So this had a budget of $90 million. Believe it or not.
That's a big budget.
Mm-hmm. Grossed just under $370 million. So pretty big gross.
Is that global?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And this has a 97% fresh Rotten Tomatoes score. So
It's a good movie.
Got some strong reviews. So my vibe of this movie, and see what you guys think. I mean, there's a little bit of "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?"
Absolutely
mixed into this. I mean, I got a bunch of different movies mashed into one here, but definitely that one. I mean, there's
From Dusk Till Dawn.
From Dusk Till Dawn.
Yep.
Even some Color Purple, which has extensive scenes in a juke joint.
Yeah.
So it has that.
I didn't think about that one.
The juke joint has kind of a similar aesthetic to the one Color Purple, I think.
I think those are the three circles on the Venn diagram that this sits in the middle of.
Yeah. And that's quite the diagram.
Yeah. Interesting diagram.
Yeah.
What sits on those other intersections between the Color Purple and From Dusk Till Dawn?
Yeah. And it's like, it's crazy because it's like, and think about the weirdness of that diagram, because you have Tarantino and Rodriguez on one side, and then the Coen brothers and Steven Spielberg. It's like that weird.
Yeah.
That's got to be the weirdest junction ever for a horror movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, it definitely has a strong, to me, it's a Depression era, From Dusk Till Dawn with a black cast.
Yeah. Salma Hayek's toe and Quentin Tarantino's mouth is the equivalent of what's her name spitting in Michael B. Jordan's mouth.
Yeah.
This movie.
Yeah. Which is, I don't know if you ever saw a football movie from the 90s called The Program.
Oh, yeah.
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 Where that's part of their initiation for the football team is now they spit in each other's mouth. So
that's cute.
Spoiler alert again.
I know.
Did you ever watch the TV show Blue Mountain State?
No.
They made them do the Oreo challenge. They put an Oreo between their butt cheeks and they have to run the length of the field. And then,
is that
if it falls out, you have to take a bite.
Is that regular or double stuff?
Ooh.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Double stuff, I feel like would give you an advantage.
Yeah,
I think it would. Yeah.
Except more space.
That'd be a good way. I mean, that would be the equivalent of performance enhancing. If you buy the thick Oreo.
Yeah. Right.
It's an unfair
But then if it gets sweaty, that's more,
more movement.
More movement. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's a fair point.
You have to pick your battles.
There's strategy to be had.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you got Michael B. Jordan playing twin brothers Smoke and Stack, who are coming back to Mississippi. It's early Depression, late Prohibition era. Want to open up a juke joint with money that they have gained by stealing in Chicago, and they do so with the threat of the Ku Klux Klan hanging over them, and unbeknownst to them, the encroachment of a group of vampires, who want to convert them to their cause. So what follows is basically a horror movie, but also / musical that is fueled in a lot of ways by not only music, but the mythology around the blues and rock and kind of black music in general has that mythology. I thought about Robert Johnson, the blues artist, who, the legend has it he became such an incredible blues player by selling his soul.
Selling your soul at the crossroads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, blues has that sort of mentality. They even end the movie with Buddy Guy, one of the great blues guitarists who's got to be 90 plus years old.
Oh, that guy looked rough.
He's got to be 90 plus, playing the blues at the end. So it incorporates, horror, but with also music, mythology and the tropes around music. So, definitely a lot of it is fueled by even when the vampires get turned, they become musical in nature.
Yeah.
It kind of becomes a weird, folky rave out there in the middle of nowhere.
Now that's a band name.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see them in Prague.
Yeah, I hope so. They love prog rock over there.
Prog rock.
Hell yeah.
They've got, so we got Haley Steinfeld. I don't think who else we have in this movie. And there's an interesting cast of people. Delroy Lindo, who's a 90s actor staple, playing the Slim, the piano player. But yeah, so I'm curious to see what you guys have. You guys seen this before before we watched it for this podcast?
I didn't rewatch it. I had watched it so recently. I think I maybe watched it back in like August.
Yeah,
that I was going to rewatch it, but it's a great movie.
Yeah,
I did not see it in theaters. Did you?
No,
you guys didn't
I didn't know anything about it.
Yeah,
No,
I mean, I knew of the film, but I had not seen it until just now.
I managed to avoid spoilers for like
Same.
most of the time.
Yeah,
and so once it came out on streaming, I was able to watch it, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. So, Tay, what do you think?
Again, I had no idea. I knew this had gotten a lot of
buzz,
a lot of great feedback. I still had no idea what this movie was about. And then even when it got put on, when you're like, hey, this is the list we're going to do, because I love Halloween movies or even kind of scary movies. And I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Because I had no idea what it was. And I was like, well, why is this? Because when you look at it, and if with watching just minimal even trailers, it looked like, quite frankly, I thought it was like, so what is this, like The Irishman? You know, it's just like, is this just like some kind of gangster film?
Yeah.
Because how they're dressing, you're like, oh, it's kind of like a gangster film.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, it's a Halloween movie. That's weird. All right, whatever. So then I put the trailer on, and then in the trailer, they kind of give you the eyes of I was like, oh, that's fucking weird. Like, because was not expecting that at all. So I was
they did a good job bearing the lead.
They really, yeah. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, now I have to watch it. And again, started watching it, and not knowing when that was going to come up. But, you know, I knew we're going to have some supernatural whatever. I didn't know if it would be vampires, what. But I thought, man, this has got a big Oh Brother vibe.
Yeah.
Like even with music and even the way it started, I'm like, what the hell? And then going through the whole film. So just my ultimate goal was like, man, I freaking love this film.
Yeah.
Like I love it, but I don't know how much I love it as much as everybody else did. Because I do remember I had seen a few people like, man, I saw this like twice in theaters, 97 rating. I was like, wow, man. I was like, I thought it was good, but I don't know if it was like that good because
well, I mean, for the record, Rotten Tomatoes is bullshit.
Yeah, okay, valid. But it, for me, I was like, man, because that's the first thing I thought when I watched it. I was like, oh, this is Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah,
and I was like, which is fine. Like everybody copies everybody nowadays. Like, there's not really very many original ideas. And I was like, okay, great. And then I started thinking, that's like, oh, when we're having like an Irish ditty, I'm like, oh, we're now doing, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Yeah.
And then even like kind of majority of the film, I was actually like, so am I watching just a different thing of Django Unchained? And I was like, what is happening right now?
Yeah.
It was like, I always feel like I have to go back to this when I try to justify if I give a movie not what it's worth, but it was like, I thought it was, I actually liked the acting. I thought the story, like, they kind of kept it all together.
Yeah.
I loved the ending. I was keeping up with the action. I thought it was beautifully shot. I thought Michael B. Jordan was really good. I still am not a huge fan of like twins. I think they pulled it off, but I was, but I don't know if I just felt like I was watching three different films. And did they do a really good job of it? Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
But I was like, man, I don't know. Still kind of like Dusk Till Dawn better. And also I felt like with Dusk Till Dawn, and I could be wrong, I need to rewatch that film, but I felt like Dusk Till Dawn,
Todd.
like, and I know they took a long time before they built up to what it was, but it was like, I felt that like, man, they went a long time.
I was just all like halfway through the movie before they finally got to the juke joint.
Yeah. And it was like, and even, they had that one where the guy was, came to the door and was like, I hope you didn't let him into the house. And I was like, and then that dude just faded away.
Yeah.
And it was just like, okay, so it's clearly, then we learn what's going on. And so again, I loved this film. I really, really did. I don't know if I would see it again. It was like, I mean, I probably will watch it, but it was beautifully done. I'm still going to give it like an 8. It was like, because I think it was very, but I don't know if I would. It's like, for me, I was like, you got to watch it. It's great. But I don't know. For some reason, it just didn't do it for me, where I was like, and again, I don't think I talked to anybody that didn't say anything bad about it. But I again, didn't know this. There was no spoilers given to me or anything. But this whole time, it was kind of like talking about Scream. It was like, I was like, oh, I'm watching this. I'm watching this.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe that took me out of it.
Scream sits very comfortably in one genre.
Yeah. And it was like, so maybe that I was just like, maybe this took me out of it because I was thinking, I'm watching Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah.
I'm watching this. And again, I don't want to disparage the film because I'm still giving it an 8, but like, I just feel like it was so highly touted. Everyone was just like, man, this is a great, and it was. But I was like, at the end of it, I was like, yeah, it was well done, but I don't know if I would say it was that well done.
Yeah.
And I could be wrong, but it's like, that was just my personal feeling on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I loved this movie. I thought it was a really good vampire movie. For one,
Yeah.
I love a vampire movie that explains the lore without going like very over the top about like.
I will say that I did like the explanation.
They don't have like one guy who's like an exposition guy who just is like, oh well, the vampires, well they have to do this. And
Jamie Kennedy and Scream.
exactly.
Yeah.
They didn't have that. They had like they sort of like. They didn't spoon feed you. They feed it to you slowly over time.
Yeah.
Like they have like the Native American vampire hunters,
Yeah.
which super cool characters that I think everybody's really interested in seeing a prequel about.
Yeah.
I actually,
that.
that's what, that is one thing if I was said, like, he just faded away.
Just like faded away.
And I was like,
Just like,
I'm
man,
actually into all
It's
that.
getting dark. I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
but I hope you didn't like let him into your house because you're in trouble.
and that is the first thing I did think of this. It was like, and again, this was a good film. I'm not hating on it. I did think to myself, man, boy, they have ripened themselves for a sequel or a prequel. I was like, man, they have, which I fucking loved that ending when he came in dressed like fucking Arsenio or MC Hammer. Spoiler alert. It was like, I fucking loved that. I was like, fuck yes.
Yeah.
And I was like, that was awesome.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, no, I think they did a good job of like going through the lore of vampirism, kind of like slow rolling it, but also influencing it with, you got like, okay, you have some of the black culture of voodoo and like, you have the character that does like the voodoo hex bags and they're like, okay, are you wearing your hex bags? Like, yeah, I'm wearing my hex bag.
No.
Like that. And of course that comes back around. That comes back around to being a whole thing and like why he's safe the whole time.
Yeah.
I think the acting is really good. It's so well written. It's fun. It's a fun movie.
Yeah.
Like the music elements that you get from like the Oh Brother Where Art Thou kind of like bits are enjoyable. You kind of you catch yourself kind of grooving with it, and it's out there for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's not quite a musical, but it's a musical.
Yeah.
Like there are musical segments of this movie.
Definitely fueled by music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think they did a good job with it. I think Coogler did a really good job directing. Did he write it? Or did he just direct
I believe
it?
he co-wrote it.
Co-wrote it?
Yeah.
I'm sure.
It's great. For an original screenplay, this is incredible.
Yeah.
It's super good.
Yeah.
I think just the whole arc of the movie is enjoyable. I think the way it ended, spoilers with like the Tommy gun and just like taking out everybody.
The KKK.
Yes.
I actually really, and I like, and that's where I kind of got the Django feel, but I was like,
yeah, that was the Django bit.
Tarantino.
But I loved that.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
And it was like, yeah.
I think it's fun that we're getting to a point where you're just like riffing on different genres, just pulling in different stuff. And it's like, don't be married to one genre. That's how you get a good movie, is you kind of defy the boundaries of what's known and like getting outside of the comfort zone of, okay, this isn't horror. This isn't like a action movie. This isn't a thriller. This is all of those things, and it's musical and fun.
When you do the Tarantino thing of borrow from other places but make it your own.
Yeah.
And again, and that's what I was trying to say. It's like, yeah, they borrowed from other films, and it was like, but they did make it their own. It was like, for some reason, I don't know why, I was just like, man, I was just not like over the top, like this is the greatest. I think I was a subject of reading stuff after I'd watched it and been like, man, people for some reason loved this, like, above and beyond what I did. I'm like, did I fuck up? Like, did I not like this for a reason?
Well,
it was like,
I think at the time there was no hype. It kind of came out of nowhere.
That is,
for that reason, people were surprised by it.
Okay, that is true.
Because horror movies don't do well in the box office. They're traditionally not.
Well,
I mean, they do well as like commercial, but not as like ratings. They don't get 97% Rotten Tomatoes.
Well, and that was it. It was like, like I said, I didn't know anything about it. I thought it was like when you guys were like, oh, we're doing a Halloween movie. I was like, well, what the fuck?
Yeah. I
was like, they're wearing suits and they look like they just robbed a bank in the 1920s.
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell are you talking
Model
about?
T and shooting Tommy.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And so,
Oh, I thought it was great. No, I think it's a good movie. It's a 9 for me. I don't know what would tip it over to a 10, but
Yeah.
Can't put my finger on it.
I would put this 8,
Yeah.
8.5. It's a beautiful film to look at. I mean, the cinematography is just.
I know. I always feel like I say that like whenever I badmouth a movie. It's like it's beautifully done. See, it's beautifully done.
Beautifully done.
But it legitimately was a beautiful. Like I actually loved. I kind of loved like it's just a lot of the dark colors and one of my favorite scenes.
Taylor.
But it's like. But one of my favorite scenes was the Native American vampire hunters is like because of like how it was like that dark house in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
But then they had their colors and they had them in the backdrop. And I was like, man, and the sun was going down. I was like, man, I thought to myself, what a beautiful scene.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, oh, that's it. I was like, fuck. I was like, I wanted to see what was
sun's going down.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, exactly. Yeah. But it was like, that was a beautifully done scene.
Very cinematic. It's very classic cinema. Yeah. But yeah, where they're driving through like
the cornfields or like the cotton fields. Yeah. You see just him playing his guitar and they're just driving.
It almost feels otherworldly. It's
again, because I know they're not going for this, but when they were like the very opening scene from the cotton fields, like the first thing I went to was just like, now I'm thinking of Gladiator. When he's going through the leaf fields, and I was like, and I was like, it just made me think of that, like maybe like an homage, but whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I enjoyed Michael B. Jordan a lot. I don't know if they did a great job of differentiating the twins from each other.
And then a color scheme.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. They did. Personality wise, though, it's like, I don't know. It's like a lot of movies that do twins really well. You end up feeling a certain way for one or the other. You can clearly.
Oh yeah, I get that.
Differentiate personalities from each other. But I mean, I kind of felt the same way about both of them.
Yeah, and they tried to do where like one was kind of a hothead and the other one was more of like a down to earth kind of
more grounded.
Yeah, more grounded guy.
Yeah. But yeah, the performers were great. Haley Steinfeld was great.
Yeah.
The music was awesome.
Music was really
very well done. Very well arranged, because they could either do like the minimal, like the blues, or they could do a full on like, jam. But even the Americana stuff was well done. I mean, kind of that Americana folk,
medley.
Yeah. Roots music was really well done. So, the harmonies were well captured. I mean, you could tell they really put a lot of effort into capturing the music and it shows.
Well, and it's such a good balance where you could have done all of those things piecemeal and they be very just separated.
Yeah.
But they interwove it so much to where, the music was tied back to the vampires. The vampires were tied back to why they were hunting down this group.
Yeah.
Like it was all intertwined and they did such a good job of like melding things that don't normally go together.
Yeah. Well, and then they do subvert some tropes where it's like the vampires preach a very un-vampire message. I know it's a con, they're trying to glamorize or whatever, like they're trying to win converts, but it's like, we're fellowship and we're all about together.
Yeah.
Healing. It's
how happy everybody is.
It's a Christian message that they're espousing. Yeah.
I will say some of my favorite scenes and some of my favorite acting was when they were trying to convince them to let him in.
Yeah.
Even the very first one where the guy's like trying to come in and he was like, invite me in. He's like,
hey, man, you gonna invite me in?
You haven't been coming in all day and you haven't asked to be invited. It was like, and that even had like that little bit of a tension of like, kind of like a Tarantino film, like like that one. And then later on when they tried to get in again and tried to persuade them, it was
such a good vampire.
Those two scenes made me think, and what's really funny when I thought of when I was watching this, and I don't know if you call, what was the Hartnett movie? 40 Days of Night.
What movie?
Josh Hartnett, when it was like the vampires in Alaska.
40 Days of Night.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know if those were technically vampires or what they were, but like when the teeth kind of gave me a little 40 Days a Night where I was like, but I actually thought the vampires all their makeup was really fucking good in this. And it was like really good, like the teeth. And I was like,
the eyes,
damn, they look,
the eyes.
Well, and it was like during the Irish jig when they were dancing, you would kind of see their eyes as they were like looking through. And I was like, okay, that's kind of fucking dope.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So.
Yeah, it was cool. I mean, I enjoyed it a lot. Like I said, it was fun.
Yeah.
As vampire lore goes, this is like, it's just a well done vampire lore movie where it's like you get a little bit of like the vampire motivation isn't just to kill.
Yeah.
He wants to be close to the guy who makes the music that makes him feel the closest to being mortal.
Yeah.
Like it's that thing where like they are cursed. They are chasing mortality. They're trying to do as much as they can to get as close to humanity as they can.
Yeah. And I do enjoy they subvert the trope of like he recites the Lord's Prayer with the cousin, was it Sammy?
Mm-hmm.
The main vampire lord or whatever. Like he starts reciting the Lord's Prayer with him. Usually you'd think vampires wouldn't be able to handle like scripture and things like that. You know, they would like be
Christian messaging is
repelled by it.
Yeah.
But then he says, no, the words give me comfort. You know, so it's like that's a nice subversion of what I would expect from a vampire movie. You know, I would expect somebody to read scripture and the vampire would like run away. You know, in horror. But you know, this one's like, no, I like those words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it almost had like that scene almost had like a baptism feel to it, you know, in the water, you know, being dunked in the water.
Always goes to show you can't trust the Irish.
Yeah.
Learned that the hard way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say this is an 8 for me, 8.
9.
It was an 8. It was like, I mean, now even talking about it, I'm like, oh, maybe 8.5.
Yeah.
But it was because it was, and again, I am actually, I would look forward to a prequel or sequel.
Yeah.
I was like, they set that up. They set it up pretty nicely. And it was like, so.
With the Choctaws. Yeah.
Yeah. It was like, they had some pretty good ones. And again, the ending, it's perfect.
Yeah.
It was like, I love them coming in wearing those outfits.
Yeah.
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 But yeah, it's been another episode of Cinema Vino. We got Sagasio's in.
Sagasio.
About $23. Not a bad buy for
23. That's not bad.
Yeah, it's a good Zen. As Travis say, it drinks like 20. So there you go.
There you
go. But yeah, got Sinners 2025. Check it out. It's a damn good movie. Great movies, only drunk. Tune in next time. We'll have a whole new batch of horror movies for you.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
And we got Shoujo, T.O., and TW. See you guys next time.
All right, bye.
Well.